Is it normal to struggle with simple instructions in everyday tasks? Have you been tested for ADHD before? This sounds like me, and I was diagnosed with ADHD this year. Holy SHT, I'm 23 and I could literally have written this myself. I would see a doctor. Being a bit spacey because of stress is one thing, but since of the things you're describing sound more serious, take care of yourself. Gonna agree with everyone mentioning ADHD. This is very similar to how my husband was before he got diagnosed and treated. See if your college has any mental health support. You may be able to have some free sessions with a psychologist who can then help you get tested. It might be wise to rule out any physical causes. A lot of others in this thread are addressing the mental health angle of your inquiry, so I would just be beating a dead horse. For example, a GP can order a standard panel of blood tests to make sure your vitamin levels are sound. Among other things, some deficiencies can lead to some of your symptoms. Do you work with chemicals at all? Do you drink excessive caffeine or consume excessive sugar? Are you eating and sleeping enough? Have you noticed mold in your home? I'm not implying that these are the issue, but if you want to suss out what the issue is, then ruling out a few things might help. If any of these are also coexisting, then they could exacerbate any other problems you may have. Well, it's not normal, but I guess you did not write this post to hear that. It's difficult to say what could be wrong. I am not a doctor, but I'd say go see one. Randos on the internet may be experts on everything, but rarely are right. It might help to slow down a bit. Get more exercise. Get some ginkgo biloba and ashwagandha. Change diet. Some quick wins you can do are the things elderly people do when they struggle in keeping up, but you are not elderly, that's why a doctor is a must. Edit. I come back after 1 hour and see diagnoses from ADHD to lead poisoning. Do the safe stuff only and get to doctor. Hey, I've struggled with the same thing too. For me it happens when I'm burnout and it's really scary. There could be a lot of reasons this is happening to you, and it seems to be getting in the way of your daily activities, which is when a lot of people turn to therapy. Therapy isn't just for people with serious mental health issues. It can be good for anybody, and it's certainly more focused on solving your problems better than some person on the internet like me who knows very little about you. As a person who's lived a very sheltered life, I too struggle with a lot of stuff I think I should know by now. It makes me feel ashamed for not being adult enough. But I tried to forgive myself, because I have to start learning stuff somewhere. And no question is a stupid question if it helps you learn something. I can't get therapy at the moment because of my circumstances. But if you can, I think you should consider it. It's helped me with other issues in the past, and there's no shame in trying it out. Go to a doctor, kiddo. Also drink lots of water. Some people in this thread may be valid and are looking out for you, but it could be many things. Anxiety, ADHD, diet. Who knows? A doctor knows. Good luck, and know you're not alone. I struggle with the simplest instructions. I need to have it repeated 1,000,000 times. I need it written down in bullet points, or with illustrations. I'm particularly bad at maths, coding, and technology. I just sit in the class and everything goes over my head, and I have to watch 1,000,000 YouTube tutorials in my own time to catch up. That sounds like an auditory processing disorder, which is very common. Schools are not the best at accommodating this particular issue, since most of our pedagogy, how we teach people stuff, is based on verbal explanations. It's like being left-handed in a right-handed world. It sucks. Trust me. But after you get out of school it will get easier. The rest sounds like regular stress every 23-year-old goes through. Most people don't talk about their struggles out loud. All you ever hear, see is their successes. All these hard times happen behind a curtain. I'm sorry for what you are going through. Just try to not compare yourself to others. Everyone goes at their own pace, and no one is setting your pace but you. Take your time, relax, breathe, and everything will be fine. It's not exactly normal, but you're definitely not alone. I related a lot to that. I am on meds for ADHD, and it can help a little bit. Things like this are hard to get through. I get that. Try talking to a counselor or doctor. Sending virtual hugs. Is it normal to struggle with simple instructions in everyday tasks? No, what you've described is not normal. I'm not qualified to begin guessing at what the cause might be. But you'll want to seek professional help. Schedule an appointment with a medical doctor. Describe your issues, and see if they have any suggestions. Then schedule an appointment with a psychiatrist. Describe your issues, and see if they have any suggestions. There's a whole host of things it could be. Each has their own treatment with varying degrees of success. You probably don't have to live the rest of your life like this. Go see a neurologist ASAP. Google Development Coordination Disorder, also known as dyspraxia. My son was diagnosed with it at age 6, and I could have written the exact same thing about him. One of the big signs are struggles with executive brain function. This is pretty much me in a nutshell right now. I feel you, dude. You sound like me. I have ADHD. Often, smart kids don't get diagnosed as kids because we can kinda mask top better. But starting in college, where there is much less structure and you gotta figure it out on your own, the ADHD tends to tear its ugly head. So, go get evaled and click on over to our ADHD and join us. You could also be having sleep apnea issues, stress, depression, clumsiness. Gotta see a doctor to get correctly diagnosed. When I was 16-ish, everything was fine. 17/18 I just finally broke and let all the anger out. I can't read a paragraph some days. I'll read it 100 times halfway through, say WTF am I doing with my life. I also start drinking at that time. A mix of depression and being burnout can cause such. Best of luck, my friend. Don't let Reddit or me diagnose you. Seek a therapist and psychiatrist. Stress can mess you up. Talk to your doctor and try and find ways in the meantime to decompress. Maybe meditation, baking, reading, exercise. Similar experience for me, netted an ADHD diagnosis.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TooAfraidToAsk is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.